So we're gonna do a little brown trout catch and cook, and I'm gonna keep this little guy. Second fish of the day, decent size, should be a nice eater. I'm gonna show you how to bleed them, clean them up, and throw them on the grill. All right, stay tuned. So this is the old worm. I just got that fish on. I'm gonna rip that off. This is my rig real quick. I'll make another video going over it for my centerpin. I use this for steelhead, salmon, trout. I'm just running the hook with a worm on it. Trout bead, leader, shot pattern down to the float with my 13-foot 6 rod. And this water, as you can see, is blown. So the fish are sitting where I thought they would, out of the main current, out of the main holes, and pressed up against the weed lines where they can just relax and just gulp down all the food coming down. Make sure the worm looks semi-straight, looks more natural. Got his little brown on. To start, little brown trout. Yeah, this is usually all above the water line. It's honestly been raining every day for the past 2 weeks. It's very surprising how it's July, but it's the way she goes. Right on the edge of the weeds, where the fish are gonna be sitting in this high flood water. It's nice and slow. They're probably just gnawing on all the bugs and worms coming out of this grass. Another one. Ooh, nice one too. Real nice one. Maybe not. It's still a fish though. Ooh, a little bit bigger. Gotta keep them out of the weeds. Yeah, buddy. Oh, oh. Come on. That's a lot. The brown's a lot nicer. Back to back. Back to back. What you want to do for clean meat, especially in trout, sorry about the lawnmower in the back, but you want to cut their gills, bleed them out if you're going to keep the fish. It's hard to do this with one hand, but you don't really want all that blood in your meat. Doesn't taste as good, and it kind of kills the fish a lot quicker too. Well, as you can see, I'm right off that. You can see the main seam. It's definitely blowing, running down the middle of this creek. And if water wasn't this high and murky, that's usually where I'd be fishing, because there's a deep hole, deep holes all through here that the fish like to sit. And this is like 2-3 feet deep. But just the way the water is, that's why I'm fishing this slack water off to the side. This is a little farther out, my drift. Like, I was usually hooking the fish right up along these grass line. But these trout want to sit out of the high water where they don't have to work as hard, just trying to sit in one spot. So they're lazy. They're going to try to sit out here, just wait for food to come by, which everything blowing down, there's probably so much food. The first brown I caught, there's slugs just pouring out of his mouth. So fishing high water is rough, especially how murky it is, but if you know where to go, and you know where to go and you get lucky, you can get into them. But it is hard fishing water like this. fish. Oh, he's jumping too. I saw my float bobbing. I don't know if I was just hitting bottom or what. Yeah, buddy. Another little brown. Yeah, buddy. Beautiful looking fish. I'm gonna eat this more than likely. There we go. I don't know if it's worth it to sit out here the whole time. I mean, I can only fish 2 holes. Alright. Checking out. I'll see you guys at the house. Alright, so I'm just going to process these fish real quick for you guys. Using my SC Azula. Sharpening it up real quick. So when you're doing this, you always want your knife really sharp just to get it done real faster. You don't want to be messing around with a dull knife while you're doing this and then cutting yourself. So I cut from the cloaca deep enough to get through the meat all the way up to the gills. Make sure it's cut all the way. And before I start digging out the organs, I like to come back through here and cut this bone that connects the gills to the skull or the body. Work it all the way down. And then cut this connecting piece right here. Open it up a little more. Usually I can pull the guts out nice and easy. Some brown trout roe. So make sure you get all these gills out, all the coagulated blood, and you want to pop the air sac down here and get the main like arteries and veins up by the spine and get all that blood out. Quick and easy. So with trout this size, you can cook them whole. They have such small scales that you just keep the scales on, keep the skin on, and it's not a problem when you're eating them, unlike other bony fish like walleye and perch, which you kind of have to descale them or just skin the meat. This one's done for the most part. You can see, because I bled the fish when I killed it, you can see the meat's nice and clean and kind of pumped out all the blood. Alright, I'm going to get these cleaned up and get back to you with how to prep them. So, got the fish all cleaned out, washed off. So, prep these guys real quick and wrap them in tin foil. First, cover it in butter. We're going to be using a lot of butter today on these guys. So, I'll do the little one first. I'm gonna throw a little bit of salt. Tiny bit of salt. Should grab better pepper. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna throw some Old Bay in this guy. Try that out. I've heard good things about it. Never tried it myself. A little bit of Old Bay. Now we're gonna stuff them. Some onions, garlic, and chives. Throw them down here. More butter. Don't worry, I washed the knife. Bang. Throw some more on there. Butterball browns. Some more pepper on there. It's hard to do this with slimy fish hands. Bang. A little bit more chives. Nothing crazy. Center them and wrap them up tight. Throw them on the grill. Alright, there we go, nice and tight. One fish down. Alright, let me spark up the grill, get these bad boys going. See you in a minute. Let's throw these bad boys on. Try not to get on that flame. Alright, these shouldn't take too long to cook, probably 10-15 minutes. Nice and quick. Sorry I'm rushing everything. I'm trying to beat the rain. We got a half hour before it probably pours. Alright, this is all done. See how she came out. Oh man, falling apart right off the bone. That's it. So there you go. Catch and cook brown trout with the Centerpin. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh man. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the apparel, it'll be in the description. Elite 85. Stay fly, boys.